Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So my system is pretty much done, so about 95% or thereabouts. A couple of things I'm still waiting for, you know how it is with Australia Post, but yeah, I've been testing it and I have run into a bit of a problem. Let me take you through it from the start. Good morning all. Alright, so last video we've covered the installation of the batteries. If you missed that, there's a link up the top here which you can click on to have a look at. But today, let's concentrate on getting this thing up and running. So let's give it a test. Put some load onto the UPS, which I've got hooked up already. And I've also got the solar panels installed too. So let's have a look and see it in action. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me stop it right there. I cut the testing altogether because it just kept on dragging on and on and on. I kept on getting the same thing all the time. The longest I could really get it running was about 70 hours and then it just shut down and gone. I mean, yeah, I tested it for about 2 weeks straight. It kept on dying. 2 hours sometimes, that was probably the shortest time that it lasted. I kept on checking it every single day, even nighttime before I went to bed. I came in here, had a look, make sure it's still up and running, check the voltage of each battery bank as well. And the lowest it got to was 22 volts or thereabouts, just over 22 volts, which is still not the cutoff point that I have set up for this. The UPS, there is a software, a program that you can download and install on your laptop that monitors the UPS. It's called Powerwall. The settings are in that software that I have set up. The shutdown sequence, pretty much all the settings I could go through, all the YouTube videos, all the research that I've done on the internet. I could not change the parameters of the lowest voltage of the battery. So this UPS works great as a UPS when it's connected to the power, to the mains, and should the mains cut out, then it lasts. And it lasted me just under 70 hours, thereabouts, so almost 3 days, which is good. But I want to charge this battery up with solar every single day, whereas the UPS doesn't recognize that and just keeps on going and going, thinking that the battery is draining and draining until it pretty much thinks the battery's flat completely and cuts everything out. No good. So there is no way for me to manage that within the power or the application. So after so many times of testing and running it and headache with all the configuration, this and that, I've given up. So I've decided to skip the UPS altogether and get myself a proper inverter that I know will run as an inverter, as it's meant to do, and I will be able to manage the actual cutoff voltage on the inverter as well. Whereas this one doesn't let me do that. So I went out online, not went out shopping or anything, but yeah, I could have if it wasn't for the lockdown, but now it's finally over. Back then it wasn't, pardon me. But I ended up ordering a proper inverter online. I was looking at the PIP inverter from MPP Solar, the 3024 GK actually. 3 kilowatt inverter, 24 volt. It's not a grid tie inverter, but you can hook it up onto your grid as well, so that if the batteries do run out or deplete, go flat, whatever, it'll take the power out of the grid, which is great, awesome. But currently, at the moment, it is a bit out of my price range, so I have to put that one on hold. I will get it eventually as I save up a bit more moolah for it, But for now, I ended up getting myself a Victron. Bear with me for a second, it's got a bit heavy. Oh. The Victron Phoenix VE Direct Smart Inverter. 24 volt, 1200 VA, which is about 1000 watts. Maximum is 2200, the peak. How many seconds for? I'm not quite sure, but I don't think I'll be needing to use that high 2200 watt. Maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. But the reason why I got this Victron, I know there are many other cheaper ones out there on Gumtree, AliExpress, eBay, what have you. But I'm not that fond of them. When I say fond, is that I'm not that reliant on them because I don't know how good they are. The research that I've done, I couldn't find any legitimate research, and I know they're cheap and pretty much nasty. I don't know. That's the way I see it anyway. Cheap and nasty, you stay away from. You want to get something good, pay for it once, get yourself a good brand, reliable, and you can't go wrong. 5-year warranty with this Victron. If it wasn't a good brand, they wouldn't give you 5-year warranty for it, right? Okay. I'll put this down, it's a bit heavy. So, that inverter now, that UPS is going to go. So I'm going to post it, well not post, but screw the inverter just up against the back wall here. And run some new wires there as well to it. So instead of having the video of all me testing this UPS, which is a failure anyway, I might as well just cut it there and continue with this inverter instead, the installation and the setup and all that. So the video won't end here just yet. I'll do installation of this inverter, and in the meantime I have actually received these little beauties. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. So they're the little 12mm switches for these voltmeters up here, and I've got 10 of them, so I'll have a few extra ones as well, which is pretty good. Finally, that has arrived, as well as these fan, let me turn that around so you can see it. So they're the fan covers, the dust covers for the side of the case. You would have seen in my other videos where I was installing those fans. So they will be just the dust covers for those. So they have arrived as well. So all of that I can pretty much now set up, install, and once that is done, it's pretty much 100% complete, ready to go. So the testing went okay. UPS, not so good, but the rest of it worked really well. So, without any further ado, let's start the installation of the inverter and we'll see how we go. If you have any comments or questions about the UPS, leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Just quickly, I just wanted to give a shout out to Annie at Energy Connections for hooking me up with this inverter or giving me a really good price. Thank you, Annie, and I'll put a link down in the description for Energy Connections. If you want a really good inverter, that's a place to go. Give Annie a call or send her an email. I'll put it all down in the description below. Thank you again, Annie. Enjoy. Okay, now that's all finished. So, got it all hooked up. I am using the 8 gauge wire. I don't have any more bigger one. Well, I've got a 6 gauge, but it's not long enough, so I'll have to deal with what I've got at the moment. I'll see how we go with that. The battery is off and I haven't got it connected as yet because, as you would know, when you hook it all up, all the conductors and everything, all the electrical stuff inside, it pretty much gets a surge of energy, and that's why when you connect it, you get this spark going off. So what I will do is use one of the little resistors that I've got. It's only, what is it, 50 watt, 10 ohms. So it's only a small resistor, but it's enough to slowly transfer the current from the battery into the inverter, so we won't get that spark. We'll need to turn on the battery first. So if we hook that up onto 1 and number 2, so they're both active now, and all we gotta do, just one end goes on the battery terminal over here, and the other end goes down onto the inverter plug. So it's just a matter of holding it on there for a few seconds just to get some current, charge up those capacitors inside the inverter, and that should be ample enough. Being a small resistor, usually with a 100 watt, you can do much more quicker, but it's only a 50 watt, so make sure it's all good. Alright, and now, moment of truth. Let's give it a go. No spark. That's good. Alright. I'll get it all in there. Alright, now we'll do. Put it away. And let's turn it on. Stand on this side. Flick it on. There we are. It's on. I don't know if you can see the light flashing down there. Getting a little bit closer. There we go. How's that? Alright. Now, what we need to do, get a mobile phone, launch the app, the Victron Connect. There you go, found it straight away. So we got the smart monitor, which is that one there. That's the first one, and then you've got the V Direct Smart, and it comes up straight away. 24/1200, 230 watts. So we know that that's the inverter. So now we're connecting to it. Asking for the pin code, so it's usually 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Here we go. So there's updates. Okay, fair enough. Let's do an update. It's going off as well. You can see it's flashing red, which means it's doing its update. So the new version is 2.26. This might take some time, so I'll just fast forward this bit. Okay, so it's firmware updated now, so we'll hit the continue button. It comes up again, so we'll log in there and see if, yeah, it's done, it's ready. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so change the pin code, yes. Change the pin code, put that on. There we go, so now we need to go into the settings. Okay, so 230 watts, 50 hertz, low battery shutdown, 18.6. I'm going to increase that to 21.8. Low battery alarm system, 4.9. Charge detect 28 volts, it's fine. Okay, power, shutdown power. Okay, that's pretty much it. Save that. Okay. The inverter is just rebooting according to the system. So I've got the voltage is 28.28. Yep, 28.29 there, so it's very close. It's very good. We go into the smart monitor. Let's see, state of charge is 100%. Of course, that still needs to be calibrated. Okay, so let's have a look at how much current is being drawn out just by the inverter. 7 watts. It's not too bad at all. Okay. Go back into the inverter. Let it light up. Okay. Now, it's time to put a light onto it. Alright, let's try with this. So I've got my trusty vacuum cleaner over here. Now that one there, it's 1000 watts. Being a 1200 watt inverter, it shouldn't have a problem running my vacuum cleaner. Alright, let's plug it in. Wait, I'll get our app going as well so we can see the current being drawn out. Alright, let's flick it on. Sorry, phone went off, but yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm stoked. I can run 1000-watt vacuum cleaner, which means I can definitely run my fridges without any issues at all. So that is a bonus. So Victron Phoenix VE smart inverter, 24 volt of course, 1200 VA or 1000 watt or thereabouts, 2200 watt peak. Handles a 1000 watt vacuum cleaner without a problem. Tomorrow, during the day, if it's a nice day, it's meant to be raining but we'll see. If it's a nice day, I'll get my drop saw out. That's a 2200 or 2000 watt or thereabouts. So definitely want to test that using this inverter and see how that goes. So I'll put that on the video, but I might include that in my next video. This one's getting a bit too long now, so I'll include it in the next video when I do a bit more testing on the inverter. But for now, I am stoked. I am wrapped and happy. So Victron, you can't go wrong with it. As I said before, it is only temporary for now. I do want to use this for my off-grid camping, but I do want to get the PIP inverter by MPP Solar. So Daniel, I'm still getting it. It's just, yeah, gotta save a bit more money, as I mentioned. And yeah, then I'll have to probably redo everything. I don't know, I'll see how I'm gonna make it work here. I'm gonna fit it, but that's another kettle of fish. So we'll worry about that when we get to it. For now, it is done. It's ready to go. Oh, I keep on doing this all the time. Of course, I still got the fans to put on and those little switches that I said that are right for the voltmeter. So that might do a bit more playing around because most definitely I will need to bring the whole box down. So there's a lot of mucking around, a lot of work there. So I might leave it as it is for now and worry about those switches a bit later on, even maybe once the PIP inverter that arrives when I order it. Unless someone wants to sponsor it, it'll be great. But as it is for now, I am very stoked, very happy with it. Make sure that the MPP solar charge controller, the PC M60X is working. There is beautiful. Of course it's flashing red because we got no solar. It's dark outside, it's almost 10 o'clock at night, so there we go. Alright, I'm quite happy with that. If you have any comments or questions, by all means, put them down in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out quite a lot. So thank you, enjoy, have a fantastic day or evening or night. Cheers.